Hola, it's me again, Christina. Um, Basically, I'm going to be doing something my friend requested me to do. Cheeseburger Warrior. Check out her page and there's a little link right here. So, you can go over to her page, check it out. It's pretty awesome. She does some pretty cool stuff, I think. So, I'm going to be reading Daryl Dixon fanfiction. And it's on the PS3. It's got small words, so I can't see. I need to wear my glasses. I can lick my glasses. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, the glasses thing. So I'll be reading a couple of paragraphs, and I will see you next time in part 2 kind of thing, because I know I'm not going to be able to finish this all in one night. I can't, right? It's probably going to take like an hour in all, like an hour and a half to read, so I only got a limit of 15 minutes on this, and I don't like to go past 12, because I think then it just kind of gets long and mediocre. So, let's get on with the read. This is a Daryl Dixon fanfiction thing by Angel1220 on fanfiction.com. This is about Daryl Dixon, a.k.a. Reedus. Part 1. Let's just go. Spitting out my gum, sorry. Let's just go. I don't want you to go, she spoke. The simple sentence at a barely whisper. His perfect blue eyes glanced up at her, and she looked away to hide her own tears. She could see his hand clench for a moment. She still refused to look up. She couldn't believe that she had just admitted that. She had met Daryl Dixon a week prior. He had saved her life from a walker that came damn close to ripping her throat out. By the way, viewer discretion is advised. This is like rated PG-13, maybe probably rated R. I am 13 years old. I know it's like very young people out there, so YouTube, please don't get mad at me for the fact that I'm not like 18 or something. I'm sorry. But viewer discretion is advised. He had saved her from a walker that came damn close to ripping out her throat. They had just hung out and talked for almost an entire week. They met in the woods by a small creek where no one else had spotted them so far. No people, no walkers, just nature, and the two of them. He had his own group, she had hers. Neither group knew of these little meetings, and they planned to keep it that way. They both just needed a friend. Daryl made her laugh with his crazy stories of the backwood countries with an even crazier family. It sometimes made her sad because she could see the pain in his eyes, the way he flinched when she sometimes touched him in any way. Like that, not down there. He'd shown up today and immediately took her and told her that his group was moving on. He had said it with a certain look in his eyes. She was quite sure what to make of that look. It had been a strange cross between longing, sadness, and relief. But she had only left pain. She may not have known him for too long, but she couldn't imagine life without him already. He has taught her so much in such short time. What plans to avoid so she wouldn't end up with a wicked rash, and what was and wasn't edible, how to hunt, even sometimes if it was limited to squirrel. Daryl had opened up a whole new world to her, and they had laughed themselves silly when she fell in the creek yesterday looking for damn fish. I have to go. Don't do this. She took a deep breath to rid herself of the tears, and decided on doing something she had never done before. You're right. I'm sorry, Daryl. You gotta go. But you will remember me always. She leaned up to him on the fallen tree where they were sitting and placed his. Yeah. She leaned toward him on the fallen tree where they were sitting on a place. This is really bad grammar. I'm sorry. It's hard to read. Where they were sitting, placed a hand on his coarse cheek, turning him to face her. When she pressed her lips against his softly, his eyes widened and he stiffened all over. She pulled back embarrassed. I'm sorry. Daryl took the casually slung crossbow off his back and placed it gently on the ground out of his way. He turned to straddle the tree, and pulled her so they were face to face, inhaling each other's breath. You're damn right, I'll remember ya. He ran a strong hand through her hair and tenderly and studied her face. Daryl, I know this is gonna sound weird, but I see the stress in your face, the anger and hurt in you. Let it all out. Let it on me, then walk away. Think of it as my way of paying you back for saving my life. I want this. A flash of shock went through his eyes, and he looked down at the ground. Then that's it, huh? You think you owe me or something? No, God no, Daryl. I want this. I want you. I want your release. Frankly, I need my own as well. Think of it as a memory to think of when things get too rough in this fucked up, dead world. The moment when it was just us doing anything we want. He looked up quizzically. Anything? You mean just let go? She nodded slowly, trying to convince how serious she was. Going down. Before she even knew what was happening, his hand was back in her hair, but now it was gripping a chunk tightly. He pulled her head back roughly, and she gasped. He let go and stammered, I'm sorry. I'm new to this and all. I mean, she wrapped her hand around the back of his head, and one sec, I have to pause because, it's really loud in my brother's room, so be right back. Pause. Hey, sorry, my brother's TV was really loud and it was distracting me and I couldn't read. I know. No. But really, I, could not focus on this, which is, pretty hard because, this is getting pretty intense. I think I'm going to finish this paragraph and then we will end. Alright. She wrapped her hand around the back of his neck, delicious neck, and dug her nails in as deeply as she could, bringing a gasp from him this time. Did I fucking say stop? One side of his mouth curled up in a sexy smirk, and his eyes darkened with lust. She quickly grabbed her hair up. He quickly grabbed her hair up this time in a fist again and pulled, snapping her head back. She felt his hot mouth near her, but not on the flesh of her neck. As she whispered, "Gonna take my time." She wasn't sure if it was directed at her or if he was just reminding himself to slow down. She moved her hand from the back of his neck and felt something wet. She had some blood on her hand from. She had some of his blood on her hand from her fingertips from the nail mauling. Since he was just breathing on her neck, she had some of his blood on her fingers from the mauling. Since he was just still bleeding on her neck, she brought one bloody finger to her mouth and sucked on it. His finger out with a pop once it was clean and from her mouth and was full of this wonderful copper taste. Ugh. She's eating blood. That's wrong. Anyway, this is getting pretty intense, but next time, just warning, this is getting more intense, so I will see you. No glasses. So I hope you guys liked it. You can click like, subscribe to become fabulous. Not like fabulous, but just fabulous, awesome, epic, bro, something. Click like, subscribe, favorite maybe, I don't know. And you can subscribe to Lauren's channel right here, my channel, I don't know, whatever. So, have a great day. Bye.